tribals can go speak, share their concerns and find solutions for them. Tribal Development Corporation Finance Assistance. This is again the reason why this is in development sector, because they are keen, Maharashtra government is keen and looking for getting as detail into the issues, understanding them and getting a right solution for them. So this specifically finance assistance offers an additional support by offering money to those tribal. Education, there is a Tribal and Research Institute in Pune, special incentive scheme for student receiving quality education in 10th and 12th. Incentive schemes for government, operated ashrams, aided ashram schools, police force and cadre training centers. I'm not sure if you're aware, UPSC, which is the most popular, exams, and most people, who are looking for some sort of a government job, they encourage their kids to go for UPSC school and UPSC exams. So Maharashtra government also supports additionally to tribals to to take education, learn through, and take extra training about these exams, and opening a large capacity of hostels in urban areas. So few tribals have experience when they migrate to urban areas, they get for some sort of a labor work. Sometimes they used to get misused by few business houses. In order to reduce and reduce their stress, give them initial shelter and so that they can settle well, many hostels are now built in urban areas. Health and well-being, there is a health upgradation program called Jamkhed project, very successfully implemented in Maharashtra, and the result that has given is there has been the total numbers have reduced for the ill health, malnutrition and all that in Maharashtra. Finance schemes, there are loan schemes for home workers. Few families who had bigger in numbers and have lost their main wage earners. There are some loan schemes for home workers, and those loan schemes are specially given to tribals, those who are willing to stand on their own feet, especially women's, and these loan schemes are totally free of any sort of interest, and there is massive relaxation in repayment of the loan schemes. And house workers for ashram and sharas and hostels, there is a special finance for housework for ashrams and shalas. Skill development program, again, I'm sure you might have heard in many campaigns by BJP government that they are quite focused on skill development. There are special teaching classes for quality of students for scheduled tribes. So, and these special classes are for skills, different sets of skills, which can help them to stand on their own feet. And there is a special tribe called as an Adi, and they have some specific skills they have. They use basically bamboos and all that to live on their life. Maharashtra government is helping this tribe in order to have an upgraded skills on these Adi tribe, and that is helping them now to get a regular living. You will find if you try to go on eBay or Amazon, and if you try to search bamboo made furnitures, all the furniture that you will see is coming from Adi tribe, and that is coming from Maharashtra. So this is it from me. Thank you very much. If you need more information about all this presentation I have all the links. Yeah. These are the links I have. There's also one more new link created by State Government of Maharashtra, CMO Maharashtra. If you can even Google that, and you'll find all these details with much more bigger details. Obviously, time is less. I can talk a lot about it. But yeah, I mean, this is it from my side. Thank you very much for listening me peacefully. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Tusharji, for those inputs on tribal empowerment. Having followed this realm of work, I can attest to the fact that the government of Maharashtra has been doing stellar kind of projects and have had pursuits such as the digital revolution, which has come about in the Palghar district with the Pukar initiative, which is under the Azim Premji Foundation. And the work that's been done there has helped in terms of bringing the government policies in a more economical and efficient manner to all the people living in that district. So moving on from there, we have Dr. Anand Arya now, who's going to tell us about the promotion of tribal arts and looking at how to maintain and safeguard the uniqueness of tribal culture in India. And it is a privilege to have you here with us, sir. So Dr. Anand Arya, please.
Good evening, everyone. I think the speeches in a dance program appears a bit aberration. You all must have come to actually enjoy the dances, and then you're forced to listen to the speeches. So I would keep whatever I have been advised to speak just a few minutes, and I'm very privileged to come and speak here. And I really do not know, why I've been invited to speak to here. I'm not a dance expert. I'm not a dancer. And as far as I remember, in my life, I've only danced once. And those of you who still remember the 2012 London Olympics. So I managed to dance in the inauguration ceremony. There was an NHS program there in which the work of the NHS was presented here. And there was a dance of the doctors and nurses. And somehow I got selected in that. And I think the reason was that in the audition, when I was there, I just copied the person in front of me. And I think, frankly speaking, there were very few men in that audition. So they wanted to have a combination of men and women. So that's why they selected here. Having said that, I'm connected to the dance a little bit because my daughter is a Bharatanatyam dancer. And she has been trained in London for a long time, 10, 12 years. She's done her Arangetram. And we have seen her actually practice and develop. And then I can say that actually learning and doing the dance, especially classical Indian dance, is a very hard work. And a lot of dancing things, people things for enjoyment, and especially the Western dance things. But I think the Indian classical dance especially has a very beautiful combination of movements, postures, and expressions, and through which a dancer can convey a lot of different things to the audiences there. And as you say, in India, as it was mentioned, that India is a very diverse country. There is a unity in diversity there, and they say that every 50 miles in India, the language changes, the dress changes, the food changes, the habits changes, even the color of people changes. If you go from North India to Southern India, you look like people are from two different continents. And similarly, the dance also changes. And dance form, I think that dancing and singing is a part of the natural tendencies of a human being. Everyone feels like a little bit dance and singing. It's different that a lot of people can't perform in front of others. You must have seen bathroom singers, the people who want to sing but can't sing in front of others. They just sing in the bathroom there. So similarly, dancing thing is a quite natural thing there. And it is, I have been in London for so many years. I've never witnessed or never, heard about something like a tribal dance. And it is such a great thing. I must congratulate the organizers here, especially to Ragasudhaji, that she has thought of organizing a tribal dance festival of India in London, which almost like a center of the world. And tribal people, I think, whether they are Red Indians in the United States, Aborigines in the Australia, or the Druids in the Europe, or tribals in the India, they have been pushed into backgrounds. But they are the original inhabitants of these places there. And still, I think they are the protectors of the environment. If you see those people's, lifestyle, culture, they protect the mountains, the rivers, the forests, the animals. So all those things which we are talking now, they are doing it for centuries. But somehow they have been left behind by the race of development. And that's why they have been relegated to a background. They've been ignored. But I can say that they have a huge amount of talent. A lot of sportsmen, they have come from the tribal population. And if they are given the facilities, then I'm sure they would develop much, much further. So it's very heartening to know that actually here in London, some things to celebrate the tribal dances is happening. And I'm sure it would give an sort of an idea of all the audience here that how much richness is there in the tribal people and the tribal art there. And I can only hope that from here, we not only get informed, but maybe we can actually think of something or to help them, to promote them, or somehow to make them more relevant and to make them more prominent in wherever we work, wherever we talk, wherever we do. And I think if we can take that thing from here, then it would be, I think, a real benefit of organizing this festival. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Arya. I think one thing that stands out is Dr. Arya's modesty. He is a consultant orthopedic surgeon in King's College Hospital, and the reason you were invited, sir, was because you have promoted Indian culture and heritage in multiple fora, and we appreciate that. So thank you for your words. Now back for some action. We have the Miji tribal dance from Arunachal Pradesh. This is the very first time that this dance form is also being presented in the United Kingdom. The state of Arunachal Pradesh is on the easternmost part of India. References to it are found in Kalhana's writings and even in the Mahabharata. And today it is a great pleasure to have with us Radha Padmanabh, Prashanthi Aripirala, Lumbini Bafna, and Seema Gopinath presenting this dance form.
La
Thank you for that engrossing performance. Now moving on to the place that dance has in the Indian civilization and culture, right from the times of ancient India, attested by the fact that in the UNESCO site of Bhimbetka, there have been dance performances seen on the cave paintings out there. Dance has been an integral part of the Indian civilization. And to discuss more about this, we have with us Dr. Melissa to present some inputs on dance being integral to the Indian civilization. Dr. Melissa Kapoor is a statistics DPhil from the University of Cambridge. She loves learning about Indian history and civilization. She's currently a CEO of a startup, MedTech company, which develops images and digital technologies aimed to reduce incidence of dementia in future elderly generations. Dr. Melissa.
Namaste. Jai Shri Ram. We take a pause from the magnificent performances to reflect on the history and the significance of the traditional Indian, the Bharatiya dance forms. Central to Hindu faith is the belief that the purpose of life is to attain moksha, or ultimate awareness and realization and unity with Bhagwan, God. There are 4 main ways to achieve this. One of these is Bhakti Yoga, which means devotion to Bhagwan, God. Despite the wide variety of traditional Bharatiya dance forms that you are seeing, they all share the same philosophy of being sacred expressions of one's faith. The origins of traditional Bharatiya dance are eternal, just as all of Hinduism's Vedic knowledge. Lord Brahma, the creator, revealed 4 volumes of knowledge, the Vedas, which explain all aspects of Dharma, righteousness. When mankind was beginning to experience a decline in that righteousness, Lord Indra made a request to Lord Brahma to create an extension of the Vedas, a sort of audio-visual aid to make it easier for mankind to understand how to live with more righteousness. Lord Brahma combined different aspects from the 4 Vedas to reveal the Natya Shastra. Natya means art in its holistic form, encompassing plays, music, drama, and dance. We can think of the Natya Shastra as a guide for actors, playwrights, producers, and dancers, but importantly, and I must emphasize again, the purpose is in how to use these art forms as an expression of devotion to Bhagwan. It is a practice of bhakti. The Shastras were orally passed from teacher to disciple across the entire Bharatiya civilization, subcontinent, and for thousands of years. Sadly, over 1,000 years of destruction and suppression of Bharatiya civilization by foreign invaders meant that the teaching of the Natya Shastra came into demise, and some of it was lost completely. But the foundations of the Natya Shastra and a strong bhakti tradition gave birth to a multitude of regional traditional art forms, as varied as the peoples of the vast subcontinent of Hindu civilization, stretching from Tamil Nadu all the way to Tibet and out across to Cambodia, Thailand, and Indonesia. Some of the art forms became more well-known and more widely practiced than others. In the area of dance specifically, there are 8 classical dance forms that you may know, such as Bharatanatyam and Kathakali. But there are thousands of others just as glorious but less well-known. The folk dances of the 104 million tribals, people of Bharat, are some of the least well-known, but some of the richest and most vibrant. They use dance to give thanks to Bhagwan for all the gifts of creation, from the rain to the crops, and to the lessons given to mankind through the historical epics such as Ramayana and Mahabharata. Bharat owes so much to its tribal peoples. They are some of the strongest adherents and protectors of true Bharatiya civilization. when large sections of cosmopolitan Indians, including some of those living abroad and second and third generation Indians, are forgetting and even rejecting their own culture, we look to the tribal peoples to have a key role to ensure the survival of Bharatiya civilization for future generations. Bollywood is an obvious case in point. Its objective is purely entertainment, and therefore precisely to gratify one's needs, one's desires, one's senses. The very thing that the Natya Shastra emerged to oppose. It is important we ensure our children, Western as well as Bharatiya, do not reject the traditional art forms which serve to advance humanity in favor of entertainment, which undermines it. Make the most of these opportunities, such as this event, to raise awareness of, promote, and celebrate true Bharatiya civilization. We need many more. It is fantastic that Ragaji and her dedicated and very talented dancers are showcasing the tribal dances for the world to see and appreciate. With the very greatest respect, I am wearing the beautiful traditional dress of a Lambadi girl of Telangana. I'm sure you'll all agree we all look fantastic in our traditional dress. Bahut dhanyavad, Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you, Dr. Melissa, for those illuminating words. You are an instantiation, an example of the dialogue of cultures almost, and it's wonderful to have you here with us. Dancing is a celebration and often ties communities together. We have seen a few tribal dances. Now we will be looking and watching folk dance from the southernmost state, not quite southernmost, but the South Indian state of Kerala, called Tiruvatira Kali. This beautiful dance is done on festive occasions in Kerala, spreading the message of joy and showcasing feminine grace through circular movements. We have with us Manju Sunil, Netra Vivek, Uttara Sivaram, Medha Madhurya, Deepthi Murthy, and Dr. Sridevi Sridhar presenting Tiruvatira Kali for us. Thank you for that lovely dance, ladies. It was really a pleasure to watch that. We now have the final presentation, the final performance of the evening. From Kerala, we would now go to Rajasthan, and the specific dance form that we will be showcasing is the Kalbeliya dance form. Kalbeliya is done by the tribe, which is called Kalbeliya as well, which since ancient times has been a nomadic tribe. Their primary profession has been catching snakes and trade of venom, which is why the movements in the dance have various serpentine snake-related kind of connections. So we have with us Dr. Pyali Boshu, Megha Gupta, and Seema Vikas presenting this dance form. Quite a picture-perfect ending to the vibrant rendition in action this evening. Before we close, we have a grand finale of sorts where we have Sushil Papatwarji, who will be telling us about the heroes and heroines of the tribal communities whom India is very proud of and who have contributed to the nation and to the Indian society. Sushil ji is a project manager by profession and has served as a president of the Maharashtra Mandal London for three terms. During a period spanning almost a decade, he initiated several unique initiatives and organized programs aiming at community cohesion and social interaction. He's also an umpire with Badminton England. Sushil ji.
Well, thanks, Mrutyunjay, and it's totally anticlimax. After this fantastic dance, listening to me, as Dr. Arya ji said, this is a dance program. We chat kahan se shuru kar diya. But the whole idea is basically to give you a complete overview, a complete package of the tribal progress, right from the struggles that they have in real life, in natural life, plus the achievements that they were able to achieve in spite of such hardships. So I'll just keep it brief. The first one that we'll focus on are the freedom fighters. So the tribals back in India have contributed immensely in terms of the freedom struggle of India, which many of us don't know, and that's why the whole idea is to do some research and provide you a holistic picture of these tribals back in India. So the first one is the tribal heroine, Rani Gaidinliu, and there was a postage stamp as well issued in her name, and she has done some fantastic work in terms of the freedom fight of India, and she was conferred Padma Bhushan in 1982. And you can obviously read on the screen. I don't have to read it for you, but just bringing it in front of you, the amazing contribution that she has done. We can go to the next one. And this is the tribal hero, Utirot Singh ji. He is from Meghalaya, and he has fought with Britishers basically in East India Company for constructing a link road through Khasi Hills, and who later betrayed on important matters of the state. So he is basically famous for Nongklao massacre. I haven't heard about this, but looks like a very important milestone that he was able to contribute in the overall fight against the then Britishers ruling India. We go to the next one. Tribal hero Matmur Jamo. Again, he was another freedom fighter. And we have got Moji Riba, who also contributed. He is from Arunachal Pradesh. Then we come to the tribe, from the freedom fighters, we come to the sports heroes. And I think these are the names, some of these names you probably recognize. And he is a very famous tribal hero, Baichung Bhutia, known for his football prowess. And in fact, he's the first Indian footballer to sign a European contract. And he received Padma Shri, Arjuna Award, and Banga Bhushan awards, along with many other awards for his sporting contribution towards India. We have got Birendra Lakra, who is a hockey sports star, basically. Then we go on to the next one. So Dilip Tirke, we have got a big contingent of tribals contributing in hockey towards Indian progress. O.P. Jaisha, so she is an athletic heroine, major international tournaments, and she was a two-time Asian Games medalist as well. We have got Deepika Kumari, probably you may have seen and heard about her. So she has got Commonwealth Games medals in archery. And of course, nothing to be told about this because there was a very famous Bollywood movie made on her, which is Mary Kom, and she's still winning medals for India. And we heard a lot about the Siddhi tribe, and she is the tribal heroine, Kamala Mingle Siddhi, who also represented India. And we have got Tejan Bai. So she is a pretty unique character. So she started singing the Mahabharata stories, and she is now world-renowned Pandavani exponent. So basically, exponing, singing about the Pandavas, and she has made it like its own art form. And she was felicitated by the President of India. Any introduction needed for this chap? Danny Dengzoppa. And he is from the Bhutia family. Actually, we don't know. Bhutia family from Sikkim, and Sikkim state has honored him with the highest state award as well. So, to summarize the whole evening, whether it is to express joy, entertain, or celebrate, the hundreds of folk dances that India's tribes have given to the country has definitely added spectacular strength to India's and the world's cultural repertoire. So let's give a big round of applause to the fantastic organizers for this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sushil ji, for those facts and figures about the heroes and heroines who come from tribal communities in India. It is a matter of pleasure to have with us His Worshipful Mayor Councillor Tom Aditya today from Bristol. Tom Aditya ji has been the first person of Indian origin who's has been elected mayor in southwest England. He has had a hat-trick of victories in British local council elections. The interesting bit is that he heads the Multi-Faith Forum in Bristol today, and we have had some interesting conversations with him and would like to have his words and his views about cultural amalgamation and the whole tribal side of the picture when it comes to Indian heritage and legacy. Tom Aditya ji.
Good evening. Namaskar. I couldn't see everyone. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's beautiful. I think the light's coming from that side. It's a great privilege and honor to be here. And I think I'm very fortunate to actually see, and we all, to actually witness wide variety, wide diversity of folk dances, tribal dances. India, as you know, already mentioned, is a land of unity and diversity. But each state over there has got different tribes and different art forms. What is a tribe? What's a tribe? We are also once part of the tribe. What is a tribe? People joining together with a common cause, with a common leader, actually living together, sharing the, and what is actually the dances forms? Arts, it's actually when we are actually manifestation of our own civilization, Sanskruti. Okay, when we are actually part of that, when we actually came together, we want to develop, we want to progress, we want to actually see what is actually the manifestation of purification. That's how dances comes. And if you want to actually love your body, you need to actually learn how to move. And movement, and the rhythm, and that is actually basic forms of dances. And what is actually in the life itself, the rhythm is an important part in everyone's life, the balance. When you look into the people who've been dancing today, what are you actually seeing? It's a teamwork. That's another part of that. Then the life also, we are gaining from that, the teamwork, being together, working together, build together. And the rhythm and actually the sequence, the music. So these are things, but I would like to actually, first of all, congratulate all the performers here, because you came not for any speeches, but to see the dances. Give a big round of applause for all the performers, the artists. If Mrs. Ragadusa Sudha had given me the names, I would actually remember. I can remember Mrs. Manchu from Tiruvathirakalli and other people who actually done that. But all of them, they've done so beautifully. and that the dynamics, they actually done it, the practice they made, and especially the Rajasthani one, they actually said it's actually 3 or 4 times they reversed and doing it beautiful. And in London, like Dr. Arya mentioned, and this is the epicenter of the activity, the world capital, when we are actually showcasing this and illustrate that Indian diaspora and the intertribal community, the education that you're making. Thank you. A big round of applause for Ragasudha. Thank you for organizing it. And especially, I think I've been invited this one as the last moment. I got a text message. I know Ragasudha ji for some time, actually, not even, we haven't talked. She actually sometimes texts me. And I think she first thought that I'm actually from Telugu, is it? I'm actually from Andhra. So the initial conversation was, hello, Andy. And I thought, my name is Tom. Andy is some other person. So I said, no, not Andy. But then realized Andy means elder brother in Telugu. So thank you. That was a sequence that, but I understood that she's doing a lot of work behind it, the research behind it. And also, just want to actually come up, because we came to actually to honor these people, all the artists. They just want to add from Sushil, Mr. Sushil, one of the tribes who actually fought in the initial stage against British was Kuricha community, the Kuricha tribes of Wayanad. Just want to mention that because they are from the Parashi Raja. They fought against the British, and they were warrior class, but they are very big warriors. And as well as you can see, the Gurkhas is also a tribal community, and a lot of other people. But initially, when you actually look into all the forms, even if it's a Kerala or Tamil Nadu or whatever, Andhra, or actually into Rajasthan, Manipur, India has got wide variety of forms. Each one is in its best form. When you look at each one, it's its own best. That's what I think, what resonates from the audience as well. Is that right? Yes, okay, I could see some of the faces. Great. Thing is, I just want to echo your voices. If you want to actually ask from my side, from the Multi-Faith Forum, I'm chairing the Bristol City Council's Multi-Faith Forum as well as Mayor of Bristol North. The one thing is, many faiths, one humanity. That's what I used to say. But in the same way, many cultures, it's one humanity. It's people are together. When we are actually together, the forms, the needs, mostly it's similar. So we have to understand that. We have to work together. And that's friendship, the solidarity, so the fraternity. If you could actually do that, that's beautiful. And thanks to all the audiences as well as the speakers here. Dr. Arya from Nawab, you actually came, we had a good conversation. Thank you very much. But also want to actually echo from one side, India has got different cultures. It's not only one religion or one. Bharat means the land of Bharata. But India or Hindu's culture means the land of Sindhu civilization. The word Hindu